Hello everybody, I'm Daniel, I'm the developer of DinoSystem, and today we just released the first update of DinoSystem on Steam. And this is a very important update because it introduced the ability to heal your wounds and stop the bleeding effect, and it also improves the graphics in some parts and adds new settings, especially graphics settings, to improve the scalability of the game and hopefully the performance for some users. It also makes a lot of other tiny changes and improvements and optimizations. So let's proceed with let's start off with the graphics, with the new sprites. Here we have the new sprite of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and as you can see it is much more detailed than the previous one and much more anatomically correct, realistic. We also improved the graphics of the Triceratops, which is much more polished, as you can see, much less pixelated and more detailed. Also the carcass, if I kill this Tyrannosaurus, as you can see, the carcass is much more realistic. The Ankylosaurus has not been improved yet, but I think it's not necessary because it is good as it is now, as you can see here. Alright, let's see what the new graphic options do. As you can see here, there is a quality setting. There is no longer normal map and shadows because they have been incorporated into this one setting. And this one, other than incorporating the previous ones, also includes other tweaks to the graphics to improve the performance on some computers. If I reduce the quality to medium, as you can see, the shadows of the trees disappeared because we are seeing the map from a certain distance from the terrain. So if I zoom in, the shadows appear. If I zoom out, the shadows disappear, and also other stuff disappear basically. Also other small objects or seeds or fruits, etc. So this has been necessary to improve the performance when you zoom out from the map. And usually when you zoom out, you have much more items, much more objects on the screen, and this slows down the game a lot. One other workaround I figured out is this. If you reduce the quality to low, you see that the resolution of the game is lower. This is because the game doesn't care about the resolution of the monitor of the computer, but instead it uses the native resolution of the game, which is very low indeed, but it's enough to enjoy the game basically, if you can run it smoothly. So another thing I added is the blood, which is now you are able to switch between hidden and visible. And another thing is the sharpen effect, which is basically how crisp the image is. And if you reduce it, you have a more blurred image, and if you improve it, you have a more detailed and sharp image, which is a matter of tastes basically. It's not objective. Alright, so let's pass to the survival mode and to the things I added to the survival mode. So if I open the crafting menu, you see that there is a new option here, the bandages. And bandages are crafted from one pelt cleaned and 2 resins. You can obtain resins by gathering them from any tree, possibly not old tree, but young or adult trees, and you can just get them as you can get branches or leaves or fruits. And here we have one. Another one. No luck. No luck. The no luck thing is basically how you are able to gather this particular object from the tree based on your skill, on your gathering skill. Alright, we have 2 resins. We now need 1 pelt, 1 clean pelt. And to have 1 pelt we need to kill an animal. or to find a carcass and get the pelt from it. So I'll just find a carcass, because I think that there is one nearby. And here is the old carcass of the old T-Rex we killed previously. So we need a sharp stone in order to get the pelt from the animal. Let's craft one. Alright, we got the pelt, let's clean it. Perfect. We now have the pelt. We just need to reach the place where the resins are. We now have all the necessary components to craft the bandages, so let's do it. And here we are, 2 bandages. The quality of the bandages, which you can see by pressing the middle mouse button or F key, is 39%, which is very low, and it depends on your skill in crafting in first aid, because the skill in first aid also influences how you are able to craft the bandages, and on the quality of the components from which you made the bandages. And the quality of the bandages influences the rate at which the chance you have to heal the wound, and the chance they break basically during the first aid action. So let's try. Let's find a dinosaur, and we got wounded. And let's apply one first aid. You can also light a fire with a bandage, because it is basically cloth. So yeah, you can light fire. It is a good fuel, even though it doesn't last very long. Bleeding 60% and now 50%. We just recovered 10%, which is very low, but as I said, it depends on many factors like your first aid skill here, the quality of the bandage, and some luck, of course. Another change is the behavior of the Tyrannosaurus when the player approaches it. The Tyrannosaurus now doesn't always grip the player, but it also have a chance to just bite it. It is not the case now. As you can see, it just bites the player. It doesn't always grip the player and kills him instantly. This is much better now, because you have a chance to just run away and flee. So let's kill the player and see some other little things that I've added in this update. Now, when you drink, there is a little message that tells you if you are still, as you can see here, one more sip, if you are still thirsty. And as you can hear, if you are full of water, there is this sound feedback. Other improvements made, for example, are the decay rate of the organic stuff like fruits or meat or branches or leaves, etc. is reduced now, and it is less severe. Also, another change is that fruits now give much more water when you eat them. The water amount is much higher. Also, there have been improvements in the jump animation, in some animation, in the way the character carries stuff, and in the equipment, in how you equip stuff, etc. These are all little tweaks and changes that summed together give better experience at the end. And of course there are much more things that I just forgot to mention. But yeah, that's all for now, and I apologize for my English. I'm Italian, and I'm not very good at speaking in English at the same time and thinking about what I have to show in the devlog, but I will try to improve this in the future. So just check the changelog for more information, and see you in the next devlog.